Tokyo today still runs on ordinary movement: people, trains, rain, and streets worn smooth by daily use. The station shows Tokyo's first rule: new systems can grow around old structures without erasing them. Sensu heaps a different kind of data: smoke, footsteps, repairs, and centuries of repeated gestures. Tokyo is not only concrete. Even today, animals and plants are part of how the city breathes. One brand thread begins here. Mobility is still built with steel, workers, safety rules, and trial runs. The bay is the city's test boundary, where climate, trade, transport, and daily life meet. Welcome to Honda's Future Mobility Headquarters, where innovation meets everyday life. And air mobility seamlessly. This is the future of urban transportation. Please watch until the end to see the full truth. This change starts small, inside normal places.
By 2036, transport is not louder. It becomes smaller, slower near people, and more coordinated.
Climate design moves into ordinary food systems. Floors drain faster, roofs hold water, and markets stay open. Fashion changes first where young people test it. Clothing becomes screen, battery, shelter, and identity.
Nature is no longer decoration. The city starts using plants and insects as working infrastructure.
Airports become mobility laboratories, where quiet engines, robots, and human safety gear learn together. In 2046, advertising leaves the walls and moves into personal lenses, making streets visually quieter. The river is no longer treated as a problem. It becomes a transport lane and a flood buffer. Future Tokyo also expands into care for its forests, because dense cities still depend on living land. If this clear future breakdown helps you, subscribe to the channel. Next, Tokyo starts adapting at city scale. Housing begins to float not as fantasy, but as a practical answer to heat, storms, and sea level. Public design now measures heat, mobility, and access together, so more bodies can safely use the city. "50 years later, the big leap is protection. The city learns to close, absorb, and reopen after storms. Traffic is no longer one surface. Tokyo separates speed, weight, and risk into different layers. Heritage changes too. Old wood survives because protection becomes invisible, local, and constantly maintained. Cyborg life is not a monster reveal. It becomes repair, warranty, skill, and ordinary maintenance.
Plant choices become engineering choices. Gardens start reducing flood force, heat, and salt damage.
A safer city is also more playable. Flood channels become parks when the weather is calm. A century later, food moves upward. Offices, farms, and train systems share the same vertical space. Subscribe if you want more future city breakdowns. Now, mobility is not about owning vehicles, but matching bodies to routes. The old tower does not disappear. Its earthquake logic becomes the spine for a much larger system.
By now, concrete alone is outdated. The coastline works better when animals and machines share the job.
Air becomes designed space. Stations clean heat and pollen before people even reach the platform. The future needs memory storage too, because a city loses direction when it forgets its first map. 200 years later, Tokyo is not only above ground. Transport now uses air, land, water, and depth.
Knowledge enters the body through implants, but the city still protects books because physical proof matters. The most advanced plan is sometimes to step back and let connected habitats recover.
Clothing is no longer passive. It filters air, stores energy, protects joints, and changes shape by weather. Energy is harvested from movement the city already has: tides, currents, heat, and pressure. The line between person and machine becomes medical, not dramatic. The goal is longer, safer life. 500 years later, the skyline reaches into weather itself, steering rain away from disaster zones. Old Shibuya is still readable, but the road has become air, garden, and pedestrian habitat. Energy infrastructure starts looking like landscape because the safest machines work with geography. Some neighborhoods move below the surface, not to escape Earth, but to restore the bay while living with it. The airport is now a border between Earth and orbit, but it still handles people, bags, dust, and waiting. Even in megastructures, culture survives through repeated practice, careful materials, and quiet rules. 1,000 years later, the difference is no longer cosmetic. Gravity, water, buildings, and clothing work as one system.
The city is larger than any building now. Forests, towers, bay habitats, and weather controls connect.
The oldest places survive because every century adds better protection, not because time becomes gentle. The tower that once broadcast signals now coordinates weather data, orbital traffic, and off-world messages. Animals are no longer background detail. They become citizens of the planning system, with roots and rights of space. This is the final lesson. Tokyo changes by layers, but each layer keeps a working link to the one before it.